So, Jay, you say that this world which we see is an appearance, but for me it looks very real. And what you're saying is the deeper reality is the real. But then it feels very abstract. It, I mean, if we are spiritual being, how can I know that I'm a spiritual being? How do I feel when it hits me? What is the process to know that I'm a spiritual being?
It's a very question going to the heart of the matter. We may feel that we heard this stuff, it's nice and colorful and poetic and but bit floaty. That's the right word, very floaty. There's no really grounded in experience. And how can we relate to this stuff? In reality, as a human being, we are already sipping, if you like, tasting the spirit in almost every day-to-day activity. You say, yes? Oh, yes. Look, I just show you. You see, when you feel certain endearing aspects to your being, for example, you're inquisitive about how this world operates or what is going on in any field, when this inquisition, this inquiry that you have, natural inquiry, kind of keeps bubbling up, you may have, if you like, certain attachment or if you like, compassion or love for some family member, family and friend that again seems to be seeping out. You may have, if you like, this idea of liking to become empowered, not to be pushed about. Again, there seems to be an endearing aspect of our humanity. Every living thing seems to exhibit certain things which cannot be explained in terms of matter and its epiphenomena. Here is a material world. This idea of why am I inquisitive? Why should I be inquiring and trying to make sense of my condition and the reality that I exist in? Why should I feel this natural affinity for other human beings or other living things? Why should I do that? Where does it spring from? Why do I like to be empowered and not be pushed about? What is it within me which is looking for, if you like, mastery over myself and over the world around, or my environment? What is this? What is this? When you search, you see, all of us experience this in our routine life, this natural compassion, this inquisition or inquiry into the world. When you explore what is the root of this, where does it spring from? The springhead, if you like, the fountainhead of all these marvelous, endearing human aspects is the spirit. Because they can only be explained in terms of the spirit and not in material terms. This is where this deeper vision of spirituality becomes relevant for a modern society. Because when you look at a modern youngster, a modern mainstream person who living a secular life saying, look, Jay, why should I bother with all this stuff? I say you're already involved in it, you're invoking it without recognizing or without giving it dignity. So the simple thing that you thought are just human things, in a way are revealing a spiritual underpinning to your being. When you try and analyze any of these things that I mentioned, like why should I be empowered? Why should I not be forced? Because if I'm just part of nature, the natural forces should be able to push me about. Why should I stand up to natural forces and say, nope, I don't like to be pushed about? Why? If you're just part of nature, you should go along with it rather than say, nope. The reason why we are not sitting huddling in a cave, shuddering under the cold weather and master nature and put it in a wires and heat up our homes is because we don't like to be pushed about. We like to master nature and sit above it. What is this? It didn't come out of nature because you are defying. Spirit is not in compliance with the physical forces you see around you. It is in defiance of it. This is the definition of the spirit. So all this endearing, for example, because I like freedom. I'm looking for freedom. Every human being, we don't like to be curtailed. We don't like to be, we want freedom of speech, freedom of action. Everywhere, word freedom is the catchword. You ask them, why are you searching for freedom? If you are a cogwheel in nature, you should play along. Why are you trying to break free, my friend? Why, oh why? The answer is the spirit. This is the sign of the spirit. So it is not in compliance with the physical thing that the physical world you see. It is in fact in defiance. It doesn't come out naturally from the physical world. And if you like, you get a glimpse of the spirit. The other way I present these ideas, for example, I'm dealing with a lot of modern youth who say, we don't like religion, we don't like the word spirit, even Mr. Lakhani, we just like music or art, we like dancing and nothing else. And my question to them is, my friend, have you ever asked yourself, where does the thrill come from when you listen to music or art or dance? Where does the thrill come from? Is the thrill coming from outside? Where does the ticklish feeling come from? It comes from within. I say, don't you see what you've done? Using these very secular activities music and art and literature, and even if you're a humanist, suppose you're a crass materialistic humanist, say you are Richard Dawkins, he loves music, he loves this. So I said, but it doesn't come out of nature. What is it that thrills you? Where is the thrill coming from? Is it electronic things? You say, yes, just pure electrons playing around. I said, no. There is something else that is revealing itself in this material frame. So whenever you kind of say that I like beauty, I like aesthetics, you say, why aesthetics? The whole, everything is just as it is. Why do you care for aesthetics? So again, the idea of aesthetics, beauty. Why are we attached to the idea of beauty? Why certain things thrill us? So I'm just giving that even in a routine life, we are unknowingly tapping into the spiritual dimension that we possess. But it's just that we have not recognized it. The only thing that happens when you have this kind of deeper exploration of what religions were all about, you discover that what these ancient prophets were getting thrilled about, we are getting a glimpse of it through these very secular activities. Even these worldly activities. You love your family, nothing wrong, but where does this thing spring from? The springhead is the spirit that links you with that person. That is why you feel affinity. That's why you want to do something for others. That's why you are caring. Because it is revealing a deeper connection between you and the greater reality. And that deeper connection is not material, it is spiritual. So this is, if you like, the latent, if you like, the invisible underpinning to our being becoming revealed, or literally, if you like, filtering out or percolating through this material frame. So simple activities are in a way already indicative. I have not proved the spirit. So you can challenge me, say these are purely material phenomena and just material unfolding. There's nothing else to you. You can challenge me, and you should continue challenge me. I say, sure, until you hit it, you can never be sure, my friend. You can never be sure.